Welcome to my next Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol, Season 2 episode review video, as I was able to watch the episode early on the YouTube AMC Plus channel. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you are caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. Obviously, you all know I'm a massive Walking Dead fan. I've seen every iteration of The Walking Dead. I reviewed every single episode of the main Walking Dead show, and I'll even put the series finale review, Rest in Peace, right here with about 20 seconds left to go in the video. That'll be the end screen and the link to that video. I'll put all my Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, the playlist for Walking Dead Daryl Dixon right here, again with 20 seconds left. I'll put my review playlist for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, right there. And I'll put my review playlist for The Walking Dead Dead City right here. And make sure you come back to this channel for more Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol reviews. And of course, The Walking Dead Dead City reviews, which I think Season 2 will come out in either January or February. That's what I've been told. So, big fan of all the iterations of the show. I even like The World Beyond. Some of it wasn't good. The first couple episodes were bad, but it actually surprised me with how intrigued I was with the show. And of course, Fear the Walking Dead had a lot of bad moments, but there were a couple good seasons where I was intrigued. Season 3 and most of Season 6. Some of Season 7 I liked, but I've covered it all. Well, I haven't covered it all, but I've watched it all and covered most of it. So come back here for any new Walking Dead comment. Make sure content, not comment. And make sure, of course, that you like and subscribe. But anyway, with all that said, this will be The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol, Season 2, Episode 3. The title of this episode is called La Invisible. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we start with a flashback with Madame Janae, and people are looking at the Mona Lisa. So this is before the apocalypse, right before the apocalypse. And then Madame Janae cleans up after someone who spills a drink. So she's a custodian for the place that has the Mona Lisa, which is called the Lou or something like that. And then there's a smoke break for all the people there. And then people get word that there might be a bomb threat, which is them getting word that something's going on. And then we see Janae talking to, I think, her love interest on the phone. Now, he actually gets to the building. She can see him because it's glass, the whole building you can see through. But they won't let anybody in due to the fact that something is going terribly wrong with the world. And then there's no way to get him in. And then he's attacked by a walker and bitten. And then Janae witnesses this, and then she screams in fear. And then Janae goes back to the Mona Lisa and cries to it. Now we go back to present time as Carol is now looking at the Mona Lisa where it's at, where Madame Janae's headquarters is. And Janae comes up to her. What do you see? And Carol tells Janae that she came to Paris 13 years ago as a tourist. And then Carol asks Janae, how do you know that is the real Mona Lisa, the real thing? And Madame Janae says, I'm the one who took it off the fucking wall. Very true. And then one of Janae's men knocks food on the floor, trying to make the servant clean it up. And Janae says that food is scarce around here. You need to clean it up with your mouth. And she makes him eat the food off the floor. And then Janae introduces herself. Well, she shakes Carol's hand and then introduces herself. Carol tells Remy she doubts that she'll find Daryl in a kitchen. And then Carol sees some men get shot and killed and then given a serum by the Janae's doctor guy. I can't remember what his name was off the top of my head. And then Sylvie is told about Laurent having to survive a bite. I think she already knew that. I can't remember from the last episode. So she gets the person down and then leaves where she was at. And then Sylvie runs into Losang, and she gets scared and eventually gets to higher ground, but ends up falling to her death. And Losang says her faith was weak. So Sylvie has been killed or died. It's pretty something that we thought was going to happen. And then Lo Sang tells Laurent it's time. Laurent says he's ready, and Lo Sang says, of course you are. And then Sister Sylvie is the one that will be biting Laurent. Daryl from above shoots Walker Sylvie with a bow and arrow and says, show's over, motherfucker. And then Falou and Isabel get to Laurent, and Daryl catches up with them. Now, Daryl tells Laurent he needs him to take Isabel and Falou to the secret place they trained, the cave in the woods, while Daryl kills some men that were after him. Daryl is going full-blown James Bond, taking out like all these guys, but unfortunately he runs into a spot where there's people in front of him and people behind him, and he actually has to surrender. And then we see Carol making stew at Janae's place to ask questions for the soldiers of she's looking for an American named Daryl Dixon. And then Cadron says he knows Daryl Dixon, but why would he tell her where he is? And Carol tells Cadron Daryl is her brother, and she says, and her only surviving family member, she says, help me, I've come a very long way. And Cadron tells her where Daryl is, and if Janae finds him first, Dixon is a dead man. Carol tells Remy to come with her, but he can't. And then Carol tells Remy she's sorry, but she has to go. Daryl wakes up, and Lo Sang tells him don't try to move. He said it must be hard without a semblance of faith. And Daryl tells Lo Sang to fuck off. By doing what he wants to do with Laurent, that will be the way they can find the true meaning of faith. Lo Sang says, so, my friend, where's the boy? Carol takes off on a horse, but many are blocking the exit. So somebody knew Carol was going to try leaving, and they had the exit blocked off. And then she's brought to Janae's little office, and it's Remy who actually told Janae about Carol trying to leave. And I'm sure he'll pay for that at some point later in the season. Well, the series is the seasons are only 6 episodes, so this is episode number 3. So soon here. And Janae tells Carol to sit down, and Carol says, what do you want? And Janae says, I have the same question for you. And then Carol tells Janae the truth about how she arrived. Like, I kind of lied to a man to get me to go here. I'm trying to find my friend, and then Janae, or I'm trying to, find somebody, and Janae laughs, and she asks, why do you want to find Dixon? And Carol says she came here to kill him. Okay? She tells Janae, you can't imagine what I've done to get this far. And then Janae tells Carol, if you want to kill Dixon yourself, I'll take you to him tomorrow. Janae tells Carol about being a janitor, about the place where the Mona Lisa was. She talks about prayers didn't help us now. Not now, not then, and not now. Falou and Laurent are at the secret cave. Falou says if Isabel can find out where they, if she can get out, she can find them in Paris. And then Falou says Lo Sang took things too far with what he did, or tried to do at least. Isabel has also been captured, unfortunately. She's put on the behind Daryl. All they can do is touch hands. And Isabel says Laurent and her got separated. Daryl says they should get some sleep and we'll bust out of here in the morning. Isabel says, tell me a story. So Daryl tells the story of himself going far, far away from home. And all he ever wanted, all he ever cared about was getting back. But then one day something changed. And that's when they kind of touch hands. And then Daryl tells Isabel she can do whatever she wants when they get to America. And, I think actually now they touch hands. And then Daryl says she was right. I found something here. Isabel says, I love you. And then Madame Janae says she's rallying the troops when they get to the place, before they get to the nest. And Isabel says she's not going anywhere with Isabel says she's not going anywhere with Lo Sang. Isabel has been taken away. Lo Sang tells Daryl that Isabel has always been always had an open mind and heart. You sadly are beyond hope. And then Daryl yells Isabel, and he's punched once while doing this. And then Janae tells Carol, I'm going to give you what you asked for. Kill your friend. And that's what ends this episode of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol. So interesting stuff. The previews for next week's episode look crazy, and I heard ahead of time that episode 4 is really crazy, and episode 6 has some interesting things in as well. So I'm going to score the episode an 8.5 out of 10. It's a lot of build up for the next episode. Character of the episode, well, since she was in the flashback, Janae was good. Lo Sang was good. I like Lo Sang, even though he's kind of evil. I still like him. And then, I mean, Carol was more of a highlight in this episode, but he had the touching moment with Daryl and Isabel at the end of the episode. So 8.5 out of 10, and you've heard everything that I have to see or say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol, The Walking Dead, The Walking Dead Dead City, The Walking Dead The Ones Who Live, The Walking Dead World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead, Tales from The Walking Dead. If you're a fan of any of that and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please don't forget to Hulk smash the like button. Share the video with a friend that likes the Walking Dead universe. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol. What would you rate the episode, and whom, if you had to choose, would be your character of the episode? I mean, Daryl and Carol essentially are the character of every episode at this point, but, like I picked Janae in this one. I thought she was pretty good. Of course, rest in peace, Sylvie. Remember to click right here for my Walking Dead series finale review video. Click right here for my Walking Dead Daryl Dixon playlist. Click right here for The Ones Who Live, and click right here for The Walking Dead Dead City. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.